Okay, there we go. I think I got all my things going correctly. So give me one moment. I think the music might be on the loud side compared to me. Drop it down a little. Oh, okay, good evening, everyone. Yeah. Totally had time to prepare for this. I did actually have time to prepare for this. Haha. You'll see in just a second as I get my bloody camera mount staying steady. Let's just get into the booth. Boom. Hello. Oh my god, this actually worked. Okay, so as you can see, my table's a little bit of a mess. I said I was sorting my desk. No, I made it even worse. So yeah, let me just get this together. Oh, going to continue some of the painting shenanigans today. And I need to get back to manual exposure again. The hammer didn't save the setting. Exposure manual. No, one way. Other way. There we go. That's more like it. There. So good evening and welcome everyone. Oh, let me just shine the lens as well for a moment. Looked a bit. There we go. Seems okay now. So yeah, what's happening today? Well, actually, before stream, from the black, I just used some of this Vallejo game color ivory to just get a quick base of off white on this lad because this one is gonna go with a sort of green theme, I think. So I think I wanted to get this bit of a lighter base to it. Actually, I made a decision today as well. We have our lovely avatar Kane here in all the red glory and stuff, which nearing the end of it, I think there's still some extra details to do, but also I want to get started on these lads. So this guy's red, and then this guy's gonna be green, and so then this guy is gonna be blue. So RGB, red, green, blue. So yeah, let's see what I got. Turns out I don't have many greens at all in my collection. I have, in terms of greens, let me just show aside. So, kind of want to start this guy first, just start practicing with what colors I have so I know what colors I need to get later in the next few days. So, let me get these brushes out of the way. Oh, by the way, yeah, yeah, here's what the rest of my desk looks like with my keyboard, so I have to reach over all these paints and shit to use my keyboard right now. Ah, yeah. So, I've got this, Verd Jade, which is actually what's used on this Gravis Captain over here. Although it might be a bit on the light side, but I'm hoping the dark glazing over the dark base will darken it. If not, I also have as the paint pot I was just about to talk about is not on my desk anymore. Did I drop it? I had a Caliban Green. Where'd my Caliban Green go? It was literally here before I clicked start. The Caliban Grey, that's Macragge Blue. Where'd my bloody Caliban Green go? I literally had it in my hand but moments ago. I've also got this Tesseract Glow. No, seriously, what? It was literally right here. It is. Got my Caliban Green. So I've got a dark green and a lighter green to work with. This is a much thinner paint, so this will definitely glaze well. This one, well, I got the glazing medium, so I'll try that anyway. Let's see. And yeah, these are my only 3 greens. Literally, these are the only 3 greens I have in my entire paint collection. I don't actually paint green that much. And I have an olive drab, but that's in lacquer, which is not going to be a thing I'll be doing tonight with the rain and stuff happening. Yeah, so yeah, that's the plan for this. And then for the amble over here, I'm going to do a sort of a dark blue to I think a dark blue, very dark blue into a light blue edging. So the edging, of course, I've got this deep blue. I have deep blue from Vallejo. I have gigawatt blue from Two Thin Coats. So that'll be like the edge, like an edge fade to it, and then a dark blue. Well, I guess I'll glaze Titan blue, Macragge blue. I have a second Titan blue for some reason. I have another Macragge blue because of the starter sets I had before. I have another Macragge blue because the starter sets I've had. Oh, and I have a Thousand Suns blue. Okay, so, well. I wore this blue, and I read red Space Marines in my army. I'm gonna have to get something blue in my army sooner or later. Oh yeah, so let me just grab all these other paint pots to the side first, and then we'll begin some shenanigans first. Also, I'll put the Avatar Kane safely to the side, as well as get some other reference pictures up on the screen as well to use. So, Avatar Kane, whoop, you just you can peek. You can just peek over here from the Ko-Fi thing. There you go. He's having a sip from the coffee cup there. Speaking of which, exclamation mark. What's my own commands again? Exclamation mark tip if you want to see a Ko-Fi link if you ever wish to give any form of direct support or whatnot. Not necessary, but that is there. But anyway, so now let me just clean this up. See, so Avatar Kane, you're going to go near the feet of the orbiter, which I will get to finish building his weapons and stuff, but then this paint project came up and yeah, I prioritized that instead. So yeah, let us see. Where was that reference picture I found? Let me get that reference picture. Open. Open, please. Save. Alright, and then I'm going to add another picture now. Add source. Image. Do not make it visible. This is the Zot, is it? That's a Zot. And then do not click the hentai. Boom. There we go. I got this little... I think this guy is this guy. And so I'm going to try to use glazing and stuff to replicate the green shades this guy has. And you are blocking my thing, because I need to shift you around on my overlay. There has to be a better way for me to do this beyond dragging you in and around and about, because now I don't know where the heck... That is not it. Okay, where's the Avatar Kane's image? Okay, so that's... Oh, I haven't renamed it, that's why. So where'd my Zote go? Where's my Zote? Get my Zote back up here. You go in front of the Avatar Kane. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna try to replicate that on this lad here, which is why just a rough basing of this ivory color I had, which I put away now. Note to self: keep the colors I'm using within arm's reach. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this game color. What's it? Bone white.
Oh, right now, mommy, daddy button.
That's so good. Thank you for the dick punch, Pugma. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We're doing some painty things. I painted this thing so far. Needs some more work, a little bit more work, but I feel like I want to start working on a bit of green stuff today. So I'm going to base these guys up first, and as they dry, go back to doing the details on the Avatar Kane. So yeah, I'm thinking, let's get some of this paint onto my palette and see just how the color looks first, and work from that. And I'll do the good old glazy bullshit we. So coming from we went to Comic-Con. How did it go? And oof, yep, good luck with the what you call it? Jet lag. I hope you had fun, my good sir. Most of the supply flying comforts. Nice. Well said. Hold on, let me just shake the Caliban clean. Oh, that was fun. Nice. Did you get some sweet loots from it? And I should use new water, but since I'm going to be glaze blending over white anyway. Actually, no, hold on. Let me think. Wait. Let me think. I'm going lighter to darker on this across the board. So I should start with the lightest color and then glaze darker. Okay, pause a second on that. And I do not work with this one. I want to work with a lightly tinted white. Which I guess one of the simplest things I can do. Okay, no, I did not just put a paintbrush of paint across my bloody microphone. So what I'm going to do is, that is metal medium. I do not want that. I want my ivory. I'm going to get some ivory and lightly tinted green with the revered jade here, and use that as the first glaze to work, and then build a way up. And then I'll go back on the details after. So I'm running out of mixing spots of this tray, so I'm just... Here, you get this. So I'm just gonna squeeze you around. Of course, I have to take care with the thinning consistencies, because this is unthinned paint, the game color, but then game air is pre-thinned for airbrushing. So like some weird mix thingies. And was it me, or did the music just suddenly resume, or did one of my tracks not play? Interesting. So was it? God, poster for made homie a little art magazine for it. Nice. Met the voice of God. Oh, what was the words from the voice of God? What wisdoms did he bring you? There we go. So now let us see how this goes. Should I be mixing with this thing? Yeah, I'm going to mix with this thing. What I should do is I'm going to take a bit of the green and then use that to tint the ivory instead. Because we want a very lightly green ivory to work with. That seems about right. Killtacular, Kilimanjaro, and Killpocalypse. You know, the usual, Nice. Alright, so this is... maybe okay. So, glazing medium. Squeeze that in there. And let's just mix this in. We have a kind of a pepperminty Jagan green to work with. Maybe I need a bit more cream in this, actually. Okay. Let's get this a bit more creamy. Like so. Maybe a touch more glaze medium. There we go. Let's just test that glaze over this spot here. Needs more glaze, actually. Needs more glaze. I'm eyeballing this. Completely eyeballed. Not even recording. Actually, this is about 1-to-1, maybe. I just need to make this nice and thin. And then that glazes over that. Kind of okay. Alright, so let's work with this glaze and see how it goes. Then there's the announcer voice was called Voice of God. Haha, nice. Discovered new things. There we go. Okay, that looks like a decent-ish green to work off everything. And then also I can dry brush white in the center again if I want to get it a bit lighter. But I think this is going to be an okay color to start with, just for the building up of the glazing to the other colors. So let's just go with it first. Just a nice, quick base green to work from. Just on all the skin parts. And I'll come back and I'll fix the detail spots later, somehow. Maybe, we'll see. Just blah 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 is on. Also, the lighter ivory off-white I use as the base is, I think, is a good base to keep it nice and bright. Also, these spiky horns on the tail are jabbing into my fingers. Yeah, but nice. there was a anime and toy con here recently, but I didn't go. Busy. I don't like the crowds and stuff, and things I wanted were be pretty expensive, and my money's been spoken for as of recent. So yeah, I know there was a Hololive meetup here as well. I was like, that definitely was gonna be crowded as fuck, because I didn't even bother considering going. If I want to get my fix of Hololive, I'll watch their streams on YouTube, buy their merch and otherwise. Here we go. Let me just get this into your gooch. 1 second. Painting some four-legged centaur lizard gooch here. We're glazing the gooch. Have you glazed your gooch today? I've glazed my gooch. Okay, push this sound recording. Ooh, nice. That sounds cool as fuck, mate. There we go. Just make sure I get all the skin done. There we go. So we got a light green to work off, and then we're gonna push into the emerald green and then Caliban green. So it's not gonna be this exact green here, but it's gonna be what greens I have on my on hand, which I hope is gonna look pretty good. We'll see how it goes. And I know the mixture of it is basically glob of ivory, tiny little bit of the actual verd jade, and then we just good to go as is. So I think, have I? Yeah. A tissue. And get it that a little spot here on that knee. Hold up. That foot. There. I don't know much or anything about the Zotes other than I googled up and found out this is a Zote. Basically, reptilian centaur lizard dude. That's all I need to know. And this is gonna be the green lad in the project here. So red for the cane, gonna be blue for the amble, and then green for this guy. Yeah, that's the plan. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this to dry a little bit, because that's a lot of base glazing it's just did, and I'm gonna shift to this guy. I think this guy, he's got all these metal structures I have to paint as well in it, because this with the base. Most likely gonna do it in a rusted iron pattern, which again I got now I have to Google up how to do rust things. Let's work on the main event first. Our lovely leaping amble. He's doing a flip. He's doing the 360. And yeah, I want to do him in a blue theme, a very dark blue theme. That's why I did not give him a white light base coat, because I saw a very nice dark blue. Someone did a dark blue paint thing. I want to do similar. So let me see. Amble 40K. Can I find that picture which had a theme which I really liked on it? Here we go. Something like this. Let me save that. Add a picture. Oh, Makameow art. Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's the Gorman stream. It's a stream where I do the painting and the shenanigans, doing some little commission work here right now. Welcome. Yeah, it's a Warhammer lizard thing. It's the Ambots from Necromunda. I'll get y'all pictures in a second. Hold on, I'm getting pictures in right now. Also welcome. Thanks for popping into the stream. This is gonna be Ambull. Do not make source visible in case I post my hentai again. I mean, that's never happened before once. Okay, where the fuck is the picture gone? Did this image not save? That saved to the wrong folder. Wow. Here we go. Put that there. So this is what someone else has painted, by the way. But I like the dark blue theme on it. And since I have red, green, blue, seems about right. So going to take inspiration from this. So I'll just jam that here as well. And let me get the Ambot. Ambot 40K. Give me this. I'll just take the product page. Luther Pattern Excavation Automata Ambot. That's quite the mouthful. And I would know. Plus image. Give me, do not make it visible yet. Again, in case I do hentai and bot. Browse. There we go. Image decor. Here we go. And then show it. Here we go. And bots. Also, let's see your painting process. Oh, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Yeah, so, okay. Quick. Okay, have a pause for the lore and stuff. This is an amble. It's a burrowing creature that is, I think, very violent. As far as I know about it. And basically, what do you do when you're on a death world where there's creatures that diggy creatures that are very violent? What you do is you capture them, take out their brain, entire nervous system, and then turn them into robots that will help excavate your minds and stuff for you. So yeah, basically they capture these guys, pull out their nervous systems and brains, stick them in robots, and say, okay, you dig for us now. So, yeah. That's what I know about the lore of these lads. And so I was given one of these very bloody large lads to actually paint up. Like, hold on, let me, where's my size comparison? Here's a firstborn with Space Marine Dreadnought. It's the size of a fucking Dreadnought, if this is the scale. So, you know, it means serious business. Also, here's one of my first painted minis. A Space Marine Dreadnought. Yeah. That got fucking legended a week after I painted the damn thing. So I can't officially bring it in tournaments now. It's here in my heart, and it will also come in 30k games if I ever play those. So, yeah. So, big, large lad. So, I can put the ambot to the side. And amble picture, you can come down to the side here. So, yeah. So, these are the plans I have for how I'm going to do the painting, so to speak, on these guys. And also, here's the Avatar Kane I've been working on. Look at this lad. Yep. I feel like I want to work a bit more on the sword still, but otherwise I think this is basically, he's in the final touches of cleanup. So he's going to the side first as I get basings done on these lads. So now, amble, from that picture, it's got like a very, very deep purple blue thing. So I'm going to try to glaze with a deep blue and then see how it looks, and then work from there. But also see how it has like some very like bright blue edging on stuff. So, deep blue glazing followed by some bright blue edging. That's on the docket for tonight. So, in terms of a deep blue that will glaze over black, which is deeper, Titan blue or Macragge blue? In this case, I have a lot of Macragge blue to get through, but it's also more expensive paint versus my Titan blue, which is much cheaper, and I have two of. So, I think, I'll work with the Titan. It's easier to darken it than is to lighten it, especially when glazing. So I'm going to work with the Titan blue first. If I don't like it, I'll go for the Macragge blue after. Also, I can say Macragge blue for like shadows and stuff. So yeah, let's just do a quick shaky shake. And let's get a little glaze going for this. After they also go into the little divots and dots for his whatever his warts are. So yep, let's just YOLO and see how it goes. Basically, just go with the flow, and in case there's issues, well, okay, that's a little bit too much paint. Any issues? Just happy mistakes and stuff. So now I've got my glazing medium, which I'm probably going to put in the next pocket, just because I decanted a bit too much blue paint from there. Well, that should be enough. And one, mix that in. Two, mix it in. Let's try two paintbrush dips into the glazing medium we just did. Because I'm using an airbrush paint in glazing medium that's further thins this. So what happens, brush is pretty well loaded. And commit. YOLO. Okay, see how this goes. Do I like this? Do I like this? Because I can stop if I need to glaze it better. Let's see, is that looking... That's looking pretty bright, actually, so I don't like it that much. Which means, wet the brush, heavily water this, and then tissue it. There. Okay, there we go. Fix it. There. Return back to normal, almost. The recessed parts will get darker anyway later. There you go. That was a quick fix. So what I need is a lot more glazing medium. Wow, really? My glazing medium cap really broke like that? Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna... Huh. Cap broke already. Shit. Well, that is for after stream me to deal with. We just double the amount of glazing medium I have. Let's make that light blue much thinner to show more of that black through. And commit. Just commit that first and see how it goes. Again, I do have a little bit of a dark blue. I should not hold it by that piece there. I'll just commit with this one first. Whoa. Gotta remember this. Actually, I counterbalanced it with some washers already at the bottom because this was a very heavy positioning. Because I not actually put this on the quick it's meant to. I just found, oh, the arm fits the other way to make it look like it's leaping over the thing. I'm just gonna do that. But that has heavily imbalanced the model. So let me just be careful. And it's just like I didn't pin the shoulder. I found I had a good interlock position, and I just went YOLO with the super glue. If it pops off, then I'll get the pin vise out, do the pinning, because I got brass rod, I got paper clips. I have the tools at hand if the shoulder breaks. Until then, though, YOLO. And I'll just get a nice even blue across all of this. I think the even darker blue will be needed for the inside, like, shoulder bits and stuff, but we'll get to that when we get to that, and I don't need to really glaze the what you call it, whatever its mouth mandibles are. So just YOLO the glaze. Just YOLO glaze first, let it dry and see how it looks. And then I have to find a replacement cap for that bottle. That was very annoying that the cap broke so quickly. This is only the second... Well, okay, third day I've been using that, and I managed to break the bottle of it. Polo cap. I think I should have one of my previous broken caps. Should be somewhere. Maybe we can put into that. Use that one instead. Here we go. This might need a bit more of a solid color, or have to glaze it directly with a darker blue. Let it dry first. Just let it dry first and see how it goes. So, clean out the brush. Blah, blah, blah. I think also I might have to divide my cleaning water into the yin yang circles, just for one for cleaning the green, one for cleaning the blue. There we go. Let me get a little water. Oh yeah. These two have, I guess, less smaller fitted details like the Kain Avatar Kain had with all its trims, so ideally I'm going to get pretty good progress time on both of these at the same time. Mostly it's just a lot of just whole body glazings. So, yeah, you get to wait a bit now, and then let's see about... Come back to you. Slightly tacky, but that might still be okay for the glazing purposes. So now, I think I need to sort of build up from that on just the upper, or the outside upper parts of the body. So, let's shake this up a bit. Actually, no, I don't need to shake that bit. I need to get some glazing medium over here now. And then just use this part as the next part of the colorings. Let's see, how's this going? Need some more glaze. Need to be brave and bold, perhaps foolish with the glazing. It's a bit weird because I'm using mix of the regular paints and airbrushes paints, and so the glaze mixes change a lot between the two because one's already pre-thinned a lot. Okay, looks like I can see some of the color through that, so let's just go with this. And this is going to be on just the upper surfaces, and while lower surfaces will stay normal. So, let's see. The upper, like, scaled surfaces, it looks like. Yeah. Oopsie, that's getting a little bit of a drip to it. Oh well, just gotta commit to it. Like so. You have to come back and paint each of those little horns separately. Oh, that's just how that's gonna be. Like so. So just the outside scaly bits get this. Inner bits stay the brighter color. Yeah. So go. That's from the neck flap upwards, it looks like. And the top of the head. Neck flap and top of the head. The arm here. Like so. This is going to be annoying as heck to paint fix later. But so be it. Let's just blend that in a bit better here. And let's see. Wow. Okay. That happened. Let's just dab the excess paint off. And then I'll just, while it's still wet, just reglaze that. There we go. No problem. Also, again, this is weird scaly skin sort of things, so, you know, slight unevenness was organic, so we're gonna just work with the mistakes. You know, incorporate it in. It's not going to be completely perfect. Which is actually a nice change from having to do mostly perfect armor and things. Oh, yeah. Okay, then. 1 second. You stay in the fucking paperclip. Okay. There we go. So just blend it up and in as far as I can. There we go. Just the tops of your feet will get that. I can dry brush bits that need to go turn back light again if I have to. Holding in a burp just then. Let's see. That's where like the skin partition is there. So I think I'll leave that as is. I can do a mixed glaze between the two at the intersection, which actually I can do right now. Dunk a bit there, dunk a bit there. There we go. We got the intermediate glaze mix here now. Right there. Just along the intersection, just to equalize it a bit. Very carefully. Just squish it in there where it needs to be. Right. I think that's the case of I have to let this dry a bit more, and then we'll see how the very dark Caliban green will work on that later. So again, let's just put you down to dry first. Clean up my brush. And while that dries, we come back to this one again. Haha, back and forth, back and forth. So let's see. You have... I think I'm going to need a bit more of actually the opaque dark blue purple. Let me see. Do I have to manually mix this dark blue purple actually? I might have to do that. What do I have? That's layer purple. It's a slightly purple blue. Let me see. This is Titan blue. So I'll just use this spot here. We have the dark Titan blue here. I need to make it darker, so let's add a little bit of purple to this mix. There we go. Some Xerath purple, just because I have it on hand. There we go. Mix that up a bit. Let's see. Might need a spot of black still to darken it more. So let me get the black paint I have somewhere. That is wash. That is primer. Abaddon Black. Here we go. Just grab a small bit of the Abaddon Black. Oop. Mix that in. Needs more black actually. Like so. Needs a lot more black. Holy shit, this is actually far darker than I thought I would need it to be. There we go. That looks like a nice dark blue, which I want. Time for the glaze medium to thin it down a bit. There we go. Maybe like so. Mix this up. All right, let us attempt this now. Okay, this is looking good actually. Hold it. A bit more. Okay, this is okay. It's kind of like a dark navy blue, and then the glazy part of it is letting some of the dark black underneath show through still. There you go. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Committing. I'm going to commit to it. Committing. I'm sticking to it. At all this point, I just could have just looked for a navy blue. This is how it goes with colors. You need one color, you need another color, then you need another color versus just eyeballing the mix right now and getting it done. In the worst cases, I have the VOD from the stream to recheck what my color mix was if I needed to do it again. I've had to do that once actually already. I forgot what I was doing, but I remember having scroll through a VOD from months ago. Which, by the way, most of my VODs, I do have the VODs saved, but a lot of them are privated just on YouTube, just because I've had no time to go through them to clip them down or recheck nothing sus was shown and whatnot. So yeah. Well, one of the projects I do is like to do the stream like highlights and things. And I was like, I am struggling to find time to do this between the other things I do. That's a problem. So that's not really been done. Hopefully, like when I did like for the sketching and drawing I've been doing, I can try to find some time to just go, okay, nope, you're going to do this now, and just try and see and get some things done. There we go. Let's just... There. Okay, this is a nice, deep blue to work with, similar to what that one is like. Not quite as dark, but then probably I can just... when in doubt, noun oil it all over. Or or similar. Like I have a... Actually, I have a Vallejo Black Wash, which I picked up as well, which is a fraction of the cost of the noun oil, which I might try on this if it comes to that. There we go. Just making sure I get this base glaze on everything that needs to be here. I have to also recheck what the color of these little toe claws are going to be. Let's see. Oop, your knee. Here we go. This knee over here needs a bit of work. There's all the weird angles. I just gotta figure out how to fill the little gap here. Probably use like, what you call it? What's the word for that? Basing materials to like jam in the gap, the little gap there to fit it in. Let's see. All right. Looks even enough for the parts that need to be done. So, okay. Stick you back here then, Matt. Clean the brush. Wipe it down. And, yeah, okay. Back to this lad here. He's looking very light and pepperminty right now. I want to get that darker green scale thing going on with him, so I think it's time to bring in the Caliban green and try to get that nice dark color around the top of him. Let's do it. I'm going to need more color palettes for this, probably. Let's just dollop. You are fine. You want to share some of the orange palette here. There we go. Then good old glaze medium again. Let's go about 1-to-1 with it. See how it goes. There we go. Mixy mix. Let's see. Feeling a bit thin, but we are glazing over another color. So let's grab it here. Let's test a bit on the tail. And see.
Hydrate, you bastard!
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate. Thank you, Plum, for the hydration. 1 second. And a stretch. Thank you for the redeems. Hi, Plum. How are you doing? Yeet, indeed. Good morning to you, Plum. Hope all's well. We're painting up a funny amble dude and a funny lizard dude right now. I'm going back and forth between the glazing steps on the two of them, and yeah, just seeing how it goes. And I'm trying to do the darker green glaze on the Zote guy. I think he's a Zote. I keep misremembering the name, but I think he's a Zote. And yeah, just trying to build up the color glazing on him to the darker green. This looks like it's going to be 1 or 2 glaze steps to bring him up. But that's just how it goes. Let's just get the first glazing done to darken it. There we go. And then just kind of generally around his back here. Build up a bit more. Same with the glazing, it needs to be multiple thin layers, ideally. Keyword is ideally. The morning, okay, just ties up as always. as per the name. Yeah, suspect you're going to work soon, so I'll pre-bid you a good day at work. And yeah, here's just a lovely lizard guy I'm working on. I got the Amble here, the lizard guy here, and then Avatar Kane over there. And just trying to get the base. I wanted to get the base colors working on these two other guys first tonight. Their main glazing's done, so then the rest of the week can be done in small batches of trying to touch up the details here and there, and just confirm some progress with all of them. And just also I want to do this green dude because, as I mentioned, it turns out in my entire paint collection, I only have 3 different colors of green, and a jade green, this dark Caliban green, which I'm glazing with right now, and a Tesseract, more of a technical green, which is for like glow effects. So getting this guy done will let me at least let me know what next green color I need, if any, to pick up from the hobby store when I'm next by there. Well, I think this Caliban green is going to probably do its job. I might need a limey yellow green to actually glaze on this between the 2 colors. I'm thinking. The Avatar, has you returned where you need him most? Well, in the lore, Plum, the Avatar of Kane is summoned whenever they truly need the best warrior possible for the Eldar. And in almost every single fiction possible, he gets fucking jobbed every single time. Like, he's summoned as this great big, powerful super deity of the actual god of war for the Eldar, and he's crumped in every fucking battle. He exists to be the super big, powerful bad guy that just gets instantly crumped and wrecked in the face, just to show how much stronger any other faction is. Like, for a god of war, he does not do war very well in the lore. Current lore, at least. And it's like, wow, the disrespect he gets. But, yeah, he's a fun lad. Really different to paint up. And, yeah, just having a good fun time with it. So, yeah, this Caliban green is definitely, I think, working a bit better. We're going to need to do something about the transition here, but, I mean, that's just a bit more like glazing or blending later, most likely. Yeah, I think this is looking good. This will definitely need a few more glaze layers to really darken it down. It's still... I think it's looking pretty bright, but now that I've got a color transition here, it's actually looking pretty good. So maybe I'll stick with this like a lighter color then. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Thinking. Let me see. Maybe not. Not sure. Oh, I'll figure that out later. Let's just trust the process. Trust the process and just go with it first. Just go with it and then see how it goes later. There we go. And maybe just glaze some more till it looks good. There we go. So let me see. Yeah, Kelly Green indeed. Okay, that's fine. So he's got little bits of armor. That's armor to handle later. Yeah, so let me see. Let me look at you. Let me get a look at you. So I feel like a yellowy green is in order. How would I go about that yellowy green though? Maybe just a glaze of yellow down there. Actually, no, just a glaze of yellow. I don't need to do yellow green. Just glaze yellow down there over the existing color, and that will blend them together. There we go. Never mind. Never mind. a plan has been made. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You just make sure this is everywhere it needs to be. Just, you know what? Okay, screw it. 1 second. Where's the super glue at? Be gone, bot! I don't need no real bots. Boom. Deal with it. 1 second. Getting tired of that guy popping off the stupid stick. Spot of super glue. Alright, that's a bit more than a spot. Grab you where the paint is dry. And slip you in. There we go. Okay. Alright. Give the super glue a moment to dry. I put you down some way. Safe. There. Alright. So there's my super glue. There. Too busy doing makeup to catch the bot. Tom, your makeup is far more important than one bot on my channel. Hashtag Power Social. There we go. Is it pretty makeup? There we go. That should be good. And yes, I think I do want this to be a bit darker still, but that's going to be a case of layering more of the this dark green glaze on it. So let's just try that just at the very tip top of this for now, and see if we can't get a sort of a transitional glaze going. There we go, just follow along the edge like that. Just near the center of mass of it now. So it's sort of slowly transitions darker to lighter green from inside of the limb to the outside of the limb. See if I can't get that sort of effect going. Center there. The back, like that. On this arm, of course. That arm there. Oh, your fingers as well. Your outside fingers should going to be the green color. Yep, no, it's barely makeup. Anyway, time for have a good time. You too, have a good day at work, Plum. Thanks for stopping by. Wish you the best. There we go. Yeah. Just get that other bits of mist color if I can. I felt that super glue sticking to my finger just then. Okay. We're getting a bit better of a transition going. And then I'm going to do a very, very light yellow glaze down the center of the body to blend the two colors together after these are dry, I think. Because there's a lot of glazes happening together right now, and so I suspect they are going to run a bit too much if I try to do that yellow glaze right now. And I'm just working on the green bits as best as I can. I think let's try get the color fully in. I'm going to do with this side of the brush going lengthwise along now. I'm going to try to target glaze right down the back, down the very center of this. Heck, I think I might even be able to use just unglazed regular color down the center as well to blend it in. Yep. Ah, okay. Let's see, how's this looking? Let's check my fingers. Hmm. 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 I think this is a stage of let this dry first. See how it goes. I'm checking up. Bend that paperclip a bit. There we go. Okay. Clean the brush off. And let's look at this lad now. Alright. Your paint is still a little bit wet, but might be okay for the blending, well, the edging I want to do next. So, well, maybe no, maybe you might need to have your paint dry a bit more first for the lighter colors I'm working on. Because I do want to do the whole lighter blue edging bits here and there. Just need to figure out how. I think no harm in trying. Let's go with the good old. Let's go with some two thin coats cobalt blue. And try and see. In this current state. And basically, I just want to get the face and then some of the armor, the like bug armor edges. Well, that I think is the way to go. I think, maybe. Maybe, I think. We shall find out very shortly. Let's get a bit of this gigawatt blue here. And let's go with a finer brush. Let's try an O-sized brush for this. Damp it up. Thin it down. Okay, let's look at you. That's very carefully. Oh, one little hair was stuck to you. Get your face colored, the lighter color. Nice and carefully. Yep. Load up slightly. Yep, just straight around the facial features here. Like so. Let's see. Around the tip. And let's see. Where's the boundary of how your face works? There it is. So let's just a little bit more. Just following along the contours. Give you that nice bright blue face. And it wraps around here. Awkward positioning. Well, that's just how it goes with this sort of shit. There we go. Right around this. Trust the process. Throw that in. Glaze it in later if I need to blend it. Just get the color where it needs to be first. Like so. There we go. Okay, that's coat 1 of getting the face into like a light blue look. Let's see. Just fill in these little spots down here. Yo, Wraith, welcome, welcome. Oh, your stream crashed. Oh, that sucks. Welcome, welcome, by the way. Thank you for coming and lurking. Greatly appreciate it. I'm doing some funny, doing an amble right now. On the left are the colors color things I'm getting inspiration from. Got an amble and a zote, which I'm trying to get the base colors on for this. Doing again, trying out glazing and stuff with what I have available. Also, the avatar corn over there is just waiting for its details to be finished. So, yeah, just trying out new colors. And also, then I say this whole project is going to be a red, green, blue project, which is going to be kind of that's like a fun little reference, I guess. My RGB project. And yeah, just right now, trusting the process and getting color where it needs to be first, and then making it look better after. So this has like a bluey face, light blue face, and some antenna pipes. So it's just a little bit more water. So kind of now I really have the urge. I want to get like the Ambots from Necromunda, but I don't play Necromunda, so it's like that would be if I purchase that. That's just gonna be a paint up because I want it sort of thing, not a paint up to play it. There we go. So yeah. Also, me realizing how much other blue paints I have in my backlog, like I need to find some blue paint projects to work on to make use of this all. Because all my Space Marine stuff is going to be using a lot of red, which I have a bunch of. Got a ton of blue, and I'm not using much of it. I'll probably try to use them, see what blue themed camera patterns I used in Battletech, and then paint a few lancers in blue theming, like Lyran Commonwealth. Go. Again, this is 2 thin coats. Just trust the process with the first coat and let it dry. There we go. And then also this thing has, let me just zoom this in a bit. How did they do this? So they gave it, they put the light blue on the inner joint thing. Oh, no, actually, this is not the picture I was referencing. Oh, shit, this is not even the correct picture I wanted to reference. There's another where it had, like, the edges of the plates and scales highlighted blue. Oh, maybe it's on my phone. Let me just see how it's going to be, and I can just work towards that. Okay, here it is. So it's the front edges of this. All right. So pretty much it's an edge highlight effectively. All right. A blended in edge highlight. Oh, okay, that will be interesting to work on with this. But, so be it. Might as well just work on that edge highlight right now. And since it blends in, it doesn't need to be too sharp. Again, this is a lot of firsts I'm doing here. Well, a lot of firsts are doing it on this scale with blending and stuff. There we go. So let's get this arm in. So yeah. Oh, what were you painting with, by the way, if you're still here? Again, if you need to look and whatnot because it's late, go ahead. I fully understand that. But yeah, what were you up to, by the way? Yep, come on. Edge it in, edge it in. There we go. I edged it in. Then, awkward holding positions, which and no way to stabilize my hands together. Black Templars. Nice. Oh, you finally started playing. Huzzah! A bit of a rip for Black Templars though. They just had their rules. Literally recently, just had their rules and codex announced with changes, and they might be a bit of an oof. They might be not though. Might be missing some things on how good or bad their current new rules are, but at first glance, their rules are a little bit on oof side. But maybe other unit changes they get make up for that. There we go. Come on, let me just get this edged in here. There we go. Yeah, side eyes. Yep, like how I did my what you call it? Hey, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Yeah, like Mr. Dreadnought here. One of my first minis painted, and they got legended a fucking week later after I made him and painted him. It's like, fuck you. And he lives on, watching over his brothers in battle. And sometimes use some 30k in the very rare 30k games I get in too. There we go. Back to edge highlighting. Very tough to reach spots. Again, this is a weird thing where I'm edge highlighting the blue and then it has to blend, the blue then blends into the darker blue after that. So that's going to be an interesting thing to attempt. But again, because it's blending in, I don't need to be as thin or accurate as this. Which means I should actually go with a thicker edge highlight on all this. On the front here, get the weird angle. There we go. Again, semi-experimenting, semi-following what I've seen some others do, and then just trying my best to replicate it for both learn and practice. Let me just get a bit more water to this. Here's a bit there, yep. Like, Oath of Moment is such a good rule, and for Black Templars to lose it and have a unit nerf, like unless some of the other unreleased details of your attachment things make up for that, like, hey, Blood Angels is still good. You can run your swordburn and stuff as Blood Angels, yeah. Or other Marines. Thankfully, as Marines can proxy as Marines, so you're very flexible in terms of proxying as another army if one detached army's rules get shafted. Because like you're very safe. Well, it does suck. It was like, I want a bit of Black Templars. Nope, get fucked. But yeah, Gunbar and all the best. And I hope your games go well. Yeah. I'll be in boarding actions of this coming Thursday, and I got some shenanigans ready for that. Although I might revise those shenanigans because I realized there's some major issues with the list I made. Yeah, now there's just Space Marines! The Emperor's finest! Until they're not the Emperor's finest. And then they become the Emperor's finest again. And then they are not. Rinse and repeat. Although I was like, are you gonna get that new Execrator Chaplain? He's a cool model for any army, honestly. He's just a funny chaplain with an extra weapon. An actual proper power weapon. Like, I might pick him up just to have as a, well, pretty much another chaplain just for some visual variety of the chaplains in my army. Since it's Blood Angels, especially if I have to use Death Company, I'm going to need a lot of chaplains. So having a diversified mix of chaplains would be nice. Yeah, great new model release, and then a horrible rules release, which is big oofs on that. Yep. Just trying to find really all the decent hard edges that highlight versus the soft edges. Look at that crotch bulge. Now that's a crotch bulge. We'll give him down 9. Yep. One thing I kind of find weird is like, oh, the new Black Templar detachment. Like, oh yeah, this a core party of detachment. You must have an ancient. You must have ancients in your army. It's like, oh, okay, so your the detachments are based purely to sell your new ancient models. Like, that's a bit of a that's a bit of a blatant marketing rules meant to market sort of thing. That's like a yeah, yeah. I see what you're doing there, G Dubs. And even then, it's like they don't. It doesn't seem that strong, really. It's like, oh yeah, if your ancient dies, like he's precisioned out, he just revives. Was like, okay, who's gonna bother precisioning out your ancient? Realistically, in any game of 40k, who's even gonna bother trying to precision out an ancient, except for the one of or two edge cases where killing the ancient would maybe flip the OC on the objective. It's like, awesome models, love them, we'll buy them, but the detachment, unless this is a starting point of things to come where all Space Marines start to lose Oath of Moment and get different bonuses and stuff, then that might be a change up. But then there's going to be a case of, well, then why not play Ultramarines then? Because Ultramarines are going to have that Oath of Moment. Because losing that pretty much kills every other Marine faction outright. Because they all rely on those rerolls. Their stats, pretty much all their stats are based on those ability to do those rerolls. Like, but to see how things go with that. So just getting just a few more edges as I see them. I'm not quite sure the back hump needs an edge. We will see. Let me think. Let me think. Would that look good? Would it? Maybe it would. Yeah, maybe it would. Then a bit. We a bit more. And then just down this edge. This central part here. Like so. Just trust the process first. Okay, there's a lot of detail in the back, which you're not going to see much. What can I do about this hummock of his? Not much with it. His legs, I can do that. But in this case, if his stomach is mostly flesh, less shell, so it's just going to be, I guess, some color glazing on it. Mostly it's this the carapace, which is going to have this edge blend happening. And the little spiny spines. Like so. And like so. reach around. Oh, there it is. Right here. Just around this. And also, worst case scenario, if this stuff doesn't work right, just go back over the very dark blue and hide it all. Let's see. Need a bit more. Actually, I could have just been. Ah, this might have been better doing just a dry brush, actually. Just dry brushing the edges. That might have been better. Because my brush is now slightly dry, so it's acting like a dry brush, and it's getting the effect out better for me than it was. I was just being careful with it. Okay, hold on, let me just... Okay, I'm just YOLOing with a dry brush. YOLOing it with a dry brush effect, pretty much. Oh, well, why bother carefully edge hiding when you just generally dry brush it and it just blends it for you? Holy shit. Wait a second. Hold on. I think I found the strategy here. I found the strategy in the strategy. Just dry brush it. Just targeted dry brushing along the areas. Uh-huh. There we go, because that also just blends it for me. Straight in. Uh-huh. There we go. Let's just do a little bit of a dry brush back and forth on this hump then. To blend that part in. There we go. That's looking kind of alright, actually. Just targeted dry brushing where it needs to be. Okay, maybe touch a bit more water. And load up the blue, because the face does need to have a bit more of a solid blue to it. Like that. And these little pipey things. Put a second thin coat. Nice and carefully. Even out this a bit. There. Okay. Bright blue face, dark body, little casual edge highlightings. Well, targeted edge highlightings, really. Maybe. A bit more. Let's edge this a bit better. Well, dry brush this a bit better here. Nice and carefully around the edges. I can glaze blend it back in if I need to. Okay, so now with okay, so we've got these ripping muscles here. Let's see. Whoop. Anything I want to do about these ripped muscle areas here? Hmm. Maybe I could get with a bit of a dry brush here as well, just to bring out the details here. So let's get myself a soft brush to work with. Let's try this kind of sub brush. We just load up a bit of the paint. And let's get the back of something plasticky. Like that. And then let's lightly try to dry brush this. Just to get some raised textures and stuff on it. Actually, oh wow, that's actually looking pretty good. Okay, maybe. Okay, so green guy's a glaze, Avatar's glaze. This Ambot, this looks like a dry brush job then. Actually, that dry brush is working very well. Oh, this, okay, wow, this is... Okay, here we go. So, discovered when to use what technique, I guess, or in this case, different technique. Extremely light dry brushing, just for the ever so slightest hint of the raised surfaces with this light blue, combined with that sort of blended edge highlighting as well. There we go. There we go. I feel like that gives good mix of the textures and stuff on this and the surfaces. Touch, touch. Bit more on that arm. Hold on. Is this empty? Come on, load up, load up. Okay, yep, we got a little bit more. Just come on, give me those dead raised details there a bit more. Okay. Bit lighter than I want, but it actually brings out the details here, which I think is more important, honestly. So yeah, I think I kind of like that. I like that. There we go. Then any joint sections I can manually paint myself. So all right, okay. Let's see. Working on next. I guess I can work on his little the little bolusy bubbles on its skin, the boils and stuff to get it ready for the yellowy colors. So, Azor's good old, whenever I need to turn something dark to light, good old ivory does the trick for me most of the time. As a transition color first, or just pretty much just an off-white color to work on. So, get a small bit of that. Size 0 brush should be fine. There we go. Let's thin this down. Not as thin as I normally would. I want it slightly thicker just so it doesn't run. Okay. Just all the little bumps here will get the ivory to work off of with. Go. A small bit in here. A small bit here. And then you got the ones on your arms. Just dotting it around as I see it. So no. Whoa. Nice and carefully. If any spot with a little ballsy dot will get a spot of the ivory to work off with. Very carefully. Try to keep it as neat as I can. But it will glaze in after that. Okay. That arm is dealt with. Flip to this arm. A little bit more. And dot this around here. I'm trying to keep the sections between the bubbles unpainted so that when it glazes in, it will act like a natural panel lining. But if it doesn't work, then I will just do my own panel lining with whatever colors are available. There we go. Also, this glazing is going to be a very thin glaze to ensure it doesn't overly change nearby paint color. There we go. And then you have a bunch on your back over here. Actually, not really a bunch, it's just a small bit of big one. Reaching in. Go. There's a few little bubbles here. There. Okay, that should blend in later. And then I also just use this ivory right now for the mandibles. Which I think I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the mandibles, make the mandibles pure a whiter color after this, or give them a earthy brown color. I'm not. I'll see how it looks. I'll see how it looks when it dries effectively. Right now, let's just use this too. Should also, I guess these tiny little mandibles also do in the white just because those will go pink. Because see, a lot of them do in pink for like the little face antennas. So bringing them into ivory to go white for pink later helps. Yep. Just casually all of this. Get all these sides. The inside. Okay. Then the other mandible. go. Push it around. As well, especially with light colors. Probably two thin coats, or this coat followed by the white coat over. I don't want to have a light color transition between the two. There we go. It's also got this mwah. There's also his mwah thingy. Oh, so yes, there's a weird round thing here. I think that's going to be a weird glowy bit as well, so I'll just ivory this as well, just because. This is going to have a light color in here no matter what, so just doing the ivory in. There. In fact, the claws and nails probably. What color do they do these claws? I've seen some white, some of them dark gray. I think it'll bring more color contrast to do these in the ivory and then like a white or off-white. So the toe claws and stuff, they're also going to get a nice ivory layer first, and then we'll see from there. Because these are diggy lads, so off-white might be the better environmental choice for this. Might be. Again, rule the cool and basically what makes it visually interesting, I'd say. Yep. The little crevices. Like so. Again, your other toes. Aha, toes. How do you like toes and feet? Oh, here they are. Blah, blah, blah. All the way around. Yoop. I think once I've gone through the toes and claws in this guy, I'll shift back to the little Zote lizard dude and try the next layer of glazing on him. While let these ivory colors dry off. Oops, there's a Mr. Spotify, one little globs over here. There we go. And here. Okay. Then now your big, meaty claws. Just brush this along. Nice and careful. Yeah. Be careful along this edge and down. Yep, that. There we go. And from the inside. Nice and carefully. Rotate this around. Get me the weird angles I need for this. Hold on. Let me wet this. Can I clean that up a bit? Yes, I can. There we go. There. Yes. Clean my brush a bit more. Touch water. Touch bone color. We apply it here evenly. And then these claws here. Also, I have to then Google up how to do like a rusted metal look on these beams he's leaping over. That seems very thematic for this. Probably just a base of orange there. Oh no, base of metallic and then an orange, spotty orange glaze over it or something like that. That's how I suspect it's done, but no harm looking up at a tutorial in my own time in the coming days for that, because I'm definitely not going to finish these guys tonight. I just wanted to have a good amount of progress done on them. So go it up along the edge and then along. Yep. There you go. Got the inside of the claw there. Reach that along. Huh. Hey, there we go. We got this guy as he leaps. Alright, you will sit here and dry. And you are going to come back in action. Let me just absorb up some of the waste. Well, use that paint water. Refresh that a bit. And clean up the brush. And as always as well, I find it very useful. I have this Tamiya brush conditioning fluid. It uses a brush soap. That really helps you get the stuff out of the bristles if you've put the paintbrush too deep in your paint. Just swizzle it around a little bit. A little bit of soaky soak. And dry off. This should be good. In fact, just also leaving it to soak in the soap also helps. So don't think I'll be using that brush anytime more tonight. See, how's the timing like? Timing is going pretty well. Okay, so back to my slightly thicker brush. This one. Let's see, how are you looking? Pretty good, pretty good. So now, I think what I'm going to do is do that yellow glaze in the body now. Let's try the yellow glaze and see if we can't get that a nice blend in. So I've got this. Do I want to use this or do I want to use an air color? I want this very, very thin. I want this very thin. Let me use my Vallejo Air Yellow instead. There we go. Vallejo Air, Model Air Medium Yellow. Shake, 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 shake. I want to have a very small amount of it. Like that. Barely a tiny dot. And then a good amount of glaze. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a approximate 1 to 10 airbrush yellow to glazing medium. I want this as a very, very thin, you see, very, very thin coating. So now, let us glaze that into the center of the body here. Yep. There we go. Just going to glaze down the center and then bring it outwards into the, or basically between the white and the green. I'm glazing it. All the white and green is getting glazed together with the yellow to just blend it in. There we go. Just trust the process, and I have an idea that would house the other one went as well. So you just need this color texture going for it. Yep, just glaze between the colors. I'm not going into the center where the darkest green is, but I'm glazing it up to the mid-tones which I had. Well, the sort of mid-tone I had. Yep. There. That looks a bit... That looks like a more natural sort of, like, light green to a dark green transition. Short of the armor, but then, that's the armor's armor. Let me just touch it up here a bit. Touch a bit here on the tail transition. There. Okay. I kind of like that. I like that. We just wash off the brush a bit, and then also now reinforce the very tippy top of that with the darkest green on the quest. So, where did my Caliban green go again? Seriously, where the heck? What? How do I keep losing it? Oh, it's right here. Right behind the lad. With that. Spread it open. Dip a bit of the water in. Grab a bit of green. Dump it here. There. And then again, gonna use the glaze. Not as much glaze, but still, I think. 1, 2, 3. About 1-to-1 glaze this time. Mix this up. Grab you. And let us focus only along the central spine. Straight down the central part only. And just the uppermost areas. Just reinforcing it. There we go. Outermost extremity edges only. The very tip of the head. There we go. Yeah, look at that. We have a light green to a middle green to darker green to a very dark green along the top edge now. That's about 4 or 5 glazing layers, I think. I forget between it, with one yellow glaze in the middle just to bring it together. I think that was pretty successful. So I think I'll stop the glaze. I won't touch him anymore with glazing like that. Next stage is just gonna be his little armor, his shoulder armors bits and pieces, and then it's gonna be hell on earth if I make a mistake and I have to fix the greens again. But I think that's just how it goes. So huzzah! I think, yeah, there we go. That would work. I think it's pretty good. I don't really want to touch these anymore now until they are fully dry, in case I get bleeding between the colors. So let us see. Let me well, let's check out the Avatar Arcane now. These two have deserved a break for drying. Let me just get this also completely dry out my paint palette here, in case I drop the Avatar Arcane and move the paint palette away. And let's see what I need to do, what more I have to do on this guy to finish him up. Okay, my hands are clean and everything. I'll take a sip of water. Hmm. Okay. Whoopsie, what did I just drop? 1 second. No. Let's see. Don't know what fell. Oh well. Anyway. Alright, Mr. Avatar of Kane. So, let me just bring that picture back up. You can come in front of everything now. Boop. Up. 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 Okay, Mr. Kane here. I've done your flame effects. The sword... I don't know. In this picture here, they have the very edge of the sword as the darkened color again, but I feel like, unlike the Avatar where he's like burning, flaming Wraithbone, I feel the sword should stay in its brighter form because, you know, it's a big, bright, flaming sword of death. So I don't really want to... Right now, I don't feel like touching the sword anymore. What I do need to do is, your little... You have some knuckle gems to do still. I also have to work on your weird gemmy bits here as well. Okay, so pretty much I have to work on gems. Yeah, work on gems, maybe dot the eyes a bit better in the mouth. Okay, so... Yeah, so gems. Actually, I have an idea for the gems, because they a weird, slightly greeny blue gem thing. And I was just using this Verd Jade as a glaze, and that actually would work. Of light glaze of that, I think would work over these gems. So let's very carefully mix up a new bit of glazy Verd Jade. So just again a very small blip of it to a lot more of the glaze. I'm gonna have to note to self. That's a 5-to-1 ratio. Replace this stupid broken cap already. That's annoying. Then we get the triple zero brush going for this. So first let's mix it up. Okay. Hold on, I need more water. Wait, hold on. I just dried up the water in the paint pad. I need to get more. Spot more. Okay, so let's get this a little glazy glaze. Let's test on a gem which is not going to be too easily seen. So let's do it on like the one gems at the back of our leg. And very carefully glaze over it. Looks like might need more glaze, honestly. Needs to be much translucent and thinner. 5. So that's now a 10-to-1 glaze mix. There. Clean this brush. While it's dry, I can just wipe off the glaze. Like so. Okay. Let's dot a bit of this. Very carefully apply this over the gem. Okay, that looks like it's... Okay, that's looking like it's much better. So, 10-to-1 of the airbrush color. 10-to-1 airbrush color with glaze medium. Seems like the right mix here. And then just use that to blend in these two, which I did a light blue and then a dark blue blob at the top of each one. And now I'm using this jade green 10-to-1 glazing to then blend them together to look like it's one like weird sort of translucent effect on the gems. So then this should just be a case of very carefully glazing over those bits. Okay, that's that leg done. We do this leg. So note to self, 10:1 airbrush paint to glaze medium gives a very good translucency with tint. Alright, that's the legs done. Stabilize for the waist. Like so. Same here. Like that. Onto the sword. Yep, nice and carefully. Flip it around. Other side of the sword. This gauntlet. That armband. The shoulder pad. There we go. Back of the helmet. This armband. And then your top of your head crests. Alright. There we go. They're looking a lot more glossy, gemmy looking like now, aren't they? Then, okay, so your gauntlet needs bit. Also, your gauntlet has some brass, is it? Actually, wait, hold on. Is there a difference between that model and this model? There might be, actually. This doesn't have the gauntlet, the frame, or does it? Can't. Yes, it does. Okay, so can I get away with just directly glazing this? Yes, I can actually. All right, you know what? I'm gonna try to get away with it first, just because he's supposedly the Avatar Arcane always bleeds from its palms, and so if I can get away with just saying that, basically, oh, this is a darkened look just because there's blood dripping over it, I'm gonna try to do that. If not, no, I'm gonna have to go with the blue and stuff on it. So I think there's also a little bit of metallic there. So let's get the metallic out. The acrylic metal color airbrush the Vallejo acrylic metal color airbrush color copper. Give it a good shake. Make sure you can hear actually hear the ball rattling in it, because it gets very stuck and stiff when it's been setting down for a while. Tiny little spot of it. Okay. Let us hold. Get the very tip of the brush. And we'll clean the brush of any particles first. Get the tip of it. Just the tippy edge of these raised segments is the gem holders. Okay, actually that's fine like that. Okay. Draw off the brush. We'll clean the brush. There's that Gigawatt blue. Let's get the blue of the gem going. What the heck? Is this jammed? Jammed? How the heck? I was just using it. Never mind. Don't even bother trying to unjam it. I'm going to just use the Vallejo Deep Blue instead. Be nice and thin for the little area anyway. Dot. Grab it. Stabilize. There we go. Right in that area. There. Now we got his little blue gems on his thing. And now one other thing. I feel like his fingers need a dry brush. So I need I think an orange dry brush will work well for just the careful finger part of it. So, get a little bit of orange. Just a Vallejo orange. Very small bit. And I want my short brush. This one, so short flat brush. Load it. And get the excess off. And get too much excess off and have nothing to come off on it. Nice. Okay. Very carefully. Yep, and orange dry brush on the fingers just to bring out their detail. Yeah. Very carefully on this edge here. There we go. Brought out the finger detail ever so slightly. Okay. Clean this brush. Dab, dab, dab. And then, where's my small 000 brush again? Let's get some of this glaze. And put that on these little gems again, on top of the blue I just put on it. There. So now those stand out nice. Clean the brush off. He also does that flat brush again. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Let's dot that again. Clean it off. Very lightly. Dry brush it on the blood coming off the hand. Just to edge highlight that a bit more. There. Let's see what else. Oh, I need to touch up some of the white on this little loincloth, which, oh yeah, I posted this one place, they said that the loincloth looked like a white sensor pad for a moment, and I thought, I was like, that's kind of funny. Like, no, I think an Eldar symbol was going on that, but I don't know the Eldar symbols, but it would be really funny if I drew a dick on that, wouldn't it? Just, you know, a dick-shaped Eldar symbol. That would be really fucking funny, wouldn't it? That would be really funny, right? That'd be really fucking funny. Just a Eldar peepee on main. Anyway, so let me dot some water there. Make this nice and thin. This is a white gray I'm using for this now. And just touch that up there. There we go. Just using this to try to even out the color here as best as I can. And when it comes to touching up white, it's best to touch up with off-whites. Then bring it back up to white if need be. If ever. There we go. And I feel like I need a little bit of a black now to redo that edge. So, back to the 000. Damp it. Get a spot of Abaddon black because that's on hand. Then down here, alright, very carefully reline that nice and straight. As I do that, I made a fucking mistake already. So, clean that off. Wipe away the little mistake if I can. I can't, it dried up already. Let's just blend that black in with the rest of the body here first. There we go. Clean it up a bit. Get the white gray very carefully. There we go. There. Fix that. Okay, I was using what is it? Mecha white gray to fix it up. Almost white, slightly off white gray. So yeah, Mecha white gray and Vallejo bone white are my two go-tos for trying to bring up a dark color to a light color for like white and stuff. Yeah, here we go. So now, I still have the yellow glaze running. Yes, I do. I need to pop that into the eye sockets again to really bring it out. There we go. Let's get that yellow glaze in there, brighten it. Maybe a bit of a white gray in the mouth first. And then the glaze mixed in with it. There we go. Bring a bit of lightness to that. Bring a bit of the orange in as well. There, that's it. He's got the flaming orange mouth, open mouth now. Aha. There you go. Okay, let's clean this brush up a bit and see. Right, so I'm getting to the stage where I don't really want to touch this guy anymore beyond doing his top coat. I feel like I can't do more to him beyond any other additional extra piece that I can attach to him later. Or like any base and stuff, so I think the Avatar Kane I'm gonna call wait for him to dry first, then stick out matte top coat on his body for sure. Gloss on the little gems and the metallic bits. Matte on the sword. I guess matte on everything, gloss on his gems and metallics. Maybe a semi-gloss on his armor, his red armor bits. Not quite sure on that yet. Yeah, okay, so that's the plan for the Mr. Avatar Kain here. Boop do down. Mr. Amble, touch. Let's see. Your paint is still slightly on the tacky side. Ooh, wow, what happened to your claws here? Do I still have active ivory going? No, I don't. I do have the active white-gray. Let me just see if I can't touch that up a bit. Must have touched your claw by mistake when I was picking you up earlier. If not, I can build that up. I can build that up off stream, probably. But since I'm here, let me just touch that up. Basically, for Amble here, I just gotta glaze in the parts when they're fully dry because I don't want, at this stage, I don't want paint to start leaking. Yeah, some parts you on I can see slight glisten. You're not quite dry yet, so patience. Patience is a virtue. Patience, patience, patience. And then grab you, Mr. Lizard Man. You are still drying a lot. You have a lot of glaze on you. You're still drying, but the color transitions I think came out pretty nice, pretty well in this. So I'm happy with you, but in this case, you need to wait until you're dry. So I have this awkward moment now where everything which I was prepared to paint tonight is kind of drying. And I kind of don't have anywhere to put them right now. So my building things is kind of, oops. So I think, I might get a slight early night sleep then, because somehow only 2 hours has passed. Which is, time just went by, so I think I might just have to. I might call it early tonight. Call it early, clean up my desk, and yeah. So again, I think thank you all for coming. Greatly appreciate it. Let me find someone lovely to raid into before we go, as always. Let's see. There's a few peeps up and at 'em right now. Oops, is there? I can raid at this lovely time. What the? Are you the person I think you are? Let me see. Give me a second. I'm just gonna look around, see who is there. Oops, well, they went offline, looks like. You know what? Ah, here we go. Let's just head on. Let's see. Before I raid out, let me actually test if the raid goes. It's kind of awkward to say I'm gonna raid X and find they have disabled raids to their channel. So let's get the raid going. Let's raid over to. Yes, it's working. So we're going to go to Commissar Azula, who's painting some Vostroyan Elite Guard. I don't know. Let's go say hello to them. So let's get the raid message going. The raid message will be the community has come to glaze paint everywhere, and then add some emotes at the end as well. You can change it as you like. Blah 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 blah. There you go. So, thank you all for coming. Great, appreciate it. Ending a little bit early today, but I'm quite literally, I did everything which I could possibly do right now while waiting for paint to dry. And so yeah, bit of an early stream, but that's fine. That's all good. So thank you all for coming. As always, I stream every Tuesday. My socials can be found in the about page and stuff. And yeah, until next time, bloop, away we go. No.